Today I'm going to visit the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota. It is widely considered to be the poorest place in the United States. Now, I'm going to be showing you the reservation, and as usual I'm going to give you the statistics so you can see everything in black and white. And my goal, as usual, is for you to feel like you've been here yourself. Now here's a map where I'm at right now. I'm actually in Whiteclay, Nebraska, which is just across the South Dakota border. To tell the story of Pine Ridge Reservation, I need to tell you a bit about this town. In 1889, when the reservation was founded, alcohol was illegal. Illegal to drink, illegal to buy, illegal to sell, and it is still that way to this day. This town was founded for the specific reason to sell alcohol to the people who lived on the reservation, and sell it they did. By 2010, they were selling about 5 million cans of beer yearly to the people who lived on the reservation. And it is one of the reasons why alcoholism is so rampant on the reservation. Finally, in 2017, the state of Nebraska pulled the liquor licenses, and you can no longer buy alcohol in this town anymore. A victory for the reservation for sure. Now, did it stop it? No, people just go to other places to get alcohol now. "70% of the people who live on this reservation, from what I understand, are alcoholics. 25% of the children born on the reservation have birth defects or birth problems because of alcohol consumption by their parents. And it's a really sad thing. These people have been screwed over. This reservation was much larger at one time. Over the years, the U.S. government has picked away at the reservation, taken away many of the areas that the Lakota people consider sacred. And there's just very little opportunity here. Job prospects are nil, and just a lot of despair. And because of that, people turn to alcohol. Now, I just crossed the line into South Dakota, so here's a map real quick. The first town is Pine Ridge. It's just a couple miles up the road. But before we do that, let me give you the Oglala, Lakota County numbers. This is considered the poorest county in the United States. Population 13,587. Here's the median household income. $34,769 a year. That's $670 a week. But a closer look tells you a little bit more. There are 4.8 people per household. For the U.S., it's 2.5. 62% of this county has female head of households, and only 18% of the county, the people are married. Now, back to the incomes. Here's the per capita income, $11,650 a year. That's $224 a week. That is the lowest per capita income of any county in the United States. And what about poverty? 52.8 overall. School-age children, 55%. Retirement age people, 50%. The median home value, $45,600. And then one more number I'm going to give you. Here's the ethnic breakdown. 91% Native American, 7% white, 2% Hispanic. This town looks pretty normal to me. And the numbers, I mean, they're pretty bad, but not that bad. The places that I'm going to show you later, they are much, much, much worse. Ethnic breakdown real quick. 84% Native American, 16% white. Yeah, they've got gas station, fast food, a lot of the services that you expect to see in a town of 3,000 people. I mean, they got a Taco John's. Looks pretty modern and new, doesn't it? By the way, even though alcohol is illegal, marijuana is not. Marijuana is legal here. Now, this is the county seat for Oglala, Lakota County, but they don't have a county courthouse. For some reason, they don't run the county's business from this town. It's actually run from Hot Springs, South Dakota, which is not in the reservation. So I'm not sure as to the reason for that. Maybe someone else can explain. One of the things that you see is dogs just running loose everywhere. It's kind of a weird thing. Res dogs, I think is what they call them. I'll start giving you some of the other numbers. Median household income, $50,954 a year. There are 4.7 people per household. That is much higher than the U.S. of 2.5. 60% of the town is female head of household, and only 10% of this town is married. Yeah, so those are some numbers that you got to look at. Here is the per capita income. Let's take a look at it again. $13,327 a year. That's $256 a week. Poverty, 32.3 overall. School-age children, 25. 65 and older, 18. Honestly, I've seen a lot worse in other places. Let me give you the median home value, $45,000. They do have a really nice, new-looking hospital. This is the high school for Pine Ridge. It's really nice, isn't it? This appears to be a grocery store and auto parts store, looks like. Everything's all in one, it appears. Yeah. Foods, hardware, auto parts. Oh, that's pretty cool. Powwow, next left. You don't get any more Native American than that, do you? Well, here's the fire station. Always cool to see that. Life expectancy in this county is 66 years old. That is the lowest in the United States. For the U.S. overall, it's 78. These appear to all be abandoned. Yeah, this church appears to be abandoned. That's too bad. That's a beauty. That's Carpenter Gothic, by the way. Always love to see Carpenter Gothic. It is really hard to imagine people living there, but apparently they do. Wow. All right, I'm at a spot called Wounded Knee. This is where the Wounded Knee Massacre happened. Now, in the late 1800s, the Lakota were practicing something called the ghost dance. And it was a religious dance where basically Armageddon would happen, and the U.S. government would be eliminated. White settlers would be removed. Ancestors would be resurrected and return. The animals would be back, and life would return back to the way it was before white people showed up. And apparently the dance would get really intense, and it really alarmed the white settlers in the area, so they called in the military to do something about it. And so the military came, and they encountered a group of Lakota right here, about 300. Three-quarters of them were women and children. And the soldiers ordered them to disarm. And for the most part they did, but a scuffle broke out anyway. And the military started firing indiscriminately. And they killed almost all of them. And that includes women and children. So this is a sacred place. Many of those people are buried here in this cemetery up on this hill. This is the town of Wounded Knee. There's just about 400 people here. Just thought I'd take a quick drive through one of the streets. I didn't really run the numbers here, except for incomes. Median household income, $24.99 a year. Per capita, $8.17 a year. Yeah, that's hard to imagine, isn't it? I mean, that cannot be accurate, but that's what the census has. And the other number that I did run was poverty. Yeah, 100%. I am entering the town of Manderson right now. Let's see, about 550 people here. Median age is 23. 58% of the town is female, 42% male. Here's the ethnic breakdown. 100% Native American. Yeah, this is a full Native American town. The numbers for this town, though, yeah, they're pretty shocking. As I head into the town, let me go ahead and give those to you. Median household income, $22,596 a year. That's $435 a week. That's everybody in a household 15 years of age or older, their combined incomes. Another number that you got to see, 6.1 people per household. 96% of this town has a female head of household. And only 3% of the adults in this town are married. I think the post office is right here. Take a look at it real quick. Yeah, that's it right there, the post office. Now here's, you saw it already, but here's the per capita income. $3,053 a year. That's $59 a week, guys. That is very little money. Yeah, here's a beautiful old church. St. Agnes Catholic Church. Yeah, it is chained off. Let me give you the poverty numbers real quick as I turn around. Straight across the board, 100%. Yeah, every person in this town, of all ages, lives in poverty. Yeah, I guess take a look at a street. There is no median home value for the town, by the way. Census didn't have one. Yeah, you can see the poverty here, can't you? So this, based on these numbers, has to be the poorest place, the poorest town in the United States. Now, I believe the school is down this street. Let's see if we can take a quick look. Cool mural painted on it. The Warriors. Yeah, I like that. I am in Porcupine, Reservation. Wonder what that was. There used to be a store here. I don't think it's open anymore. This is it right here. Porcupine Trading Post. I mean, this is pretty much it for downtown Porcupine. There's about 900 people here. Why don't I give you the numbers real quick before we look around. Ethnic breakdown: 90% Native American, 8% Hispanic, 2% white. Here's the median household income: $20,256 a year. That's $390 a week. Poverty's 82.1. School-aged children, 100%. Retirement-age people, 36%. Yeah, so again, I couldn't get a median home value, but I looked up a different site, places.us.com. It says the median home value here is $22,300. Yeah, that's not very much. Here is the post office. Porcupine, South Dakota. This is the school for the town, and it is real nice. Yeah, home of the Quills. What's up, fellas? Yeah, they're just looking at me like, what do you want, dude? Well, let's see, here's some of the housing. Porcupine. And the dog hanging out. Let's take a look. Here on the edge of town. Got quite the junkyard. I bet there's some treasures in here. Got a bunch across the road here. That is a lot of junked cars. I am in Oglala, South Dakota. According to the sign, this is the post office. doesn't really seem to be in very good shape, does it? There's a sign on the door that says to apply for a job. So I guess it's still in operation as the post office. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, there's about 1,300 people in this town. Yeah, so let's go take a look. Alright, well, I'm in some of the residential. Trailer here. That one's abandoned, it looks like. Well, there's some more housing over here. It looks a lot like the housing in that other town, Porcupine, doesn't it? Almost identical. Let's see, let me give you the median household income. $43,274 a year. That's $832 a week. And poverty real quick, 41.8 overall. 40% for school-age children, 45% for retirement-age folks. Yeah, so this town seems to be doing a little bit better than the others. They do have a general store. Looks like you can get gas there. How about that makeshift fence? Well, I guess somebody lives in that little tiny house. Wow. Well, out here in the middle of nowhere on the reservation, there's this church. Let's go take a look. Yeah, there's just nothing out here. Today is Sunday, so I guess it doesn't hold services anymore. Man, that is something, isn't it? Yeah, out here, I mean, look, middle of nowhere. There's just nothing out here. That is amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful old church. All right, everyone, so that's going to be the end of this one. Up next, we are heading into Wyoming. Yeah, so we'll see you there.